Nothing at all from the WNBA. Brittney Griner called Caitlin Clark garbage white girl after shoving her in a crazy manner. Breaking: the WNBA just opened an emergency inquiry following what sources describe as one of the most stunning, contentious, and violent incidents in the league's history. Occurrences ever seen on camera. Olympic gold medalist Brittney Griner, a former NOWA one choice and one of the league's most powerful players, has recently been charged with. The league has intervened after he crossed the line in a vicious altercation with rookie star Caitlin Clark. It all occurred in a flash. Furious altercation. A strong shove and Caitlin Clark's fall. The stadium's fans were yelling, the announcers fell quiet, and Griner left like nothing occurred, but nobody anticipated that Caitlin's team would call the league right away. 2 minutes later, the WNBA launched a social media is in disarray. Players are picking sides. And the just leaked tape reveals someone's season because this wasn't simply a foul. But according to one insider, it felt personal. Griner wanted to make a statement, and she stayed because what this moment wasn't an accident or a random collision. And some sources claim that what comes next could destroy the WNBA. Been developing for weeks. Because Caitlin Clark didn't simply bring talent to the WNBA, she brought a glaring spotlight that cast veterans in a supporting role. And one of those shadows was Brittney Griner. From day one, Caitlin Clark was everywhere, and jersey sales were sold out. But no one recognized the silent tension. Stadia, national TV spots, and in the meantime, former MVPs Stewart and Griner Wilson were questioned. What are your thoughts on Caitlin Clark? One insider told us that you could sense the frustration mounting as the league began to revolve around her, despite the fact that not everyone liked it. Griner, who is renowned for her strength and intensity, maintained a professional demeanor. Until the Sparks' recent encounter, there was already tension between the Phoenix, Mercury, and Indiana Fever. According to reports, Griner and Caitlin got into a violent altercation beneath the rim, pushed the youngster yelling trash several times. Nothing unlawful has happened yet, but fans observed that clips began to trend. Commentators said that dozens build up behind Brittney Griner seemed to call Caitlin Clark trash and effing white. But it looked like regular defense. Player. Behind closed doors, rumor has it that players on both sides were anticipating something to happen in this rematch. A friend was allegedly instructed by the assistant coach, "Keep your cameras ready, there's bad blood boiling." And what's even worse, a Phoenix fan account's since deleted post stated, Griner said she was going to humble the hype. No one took notice. Believed she meant this. Halfway through the second quarter, Caitlin drove into the paint booth where Gina was waiting, but instead of a block rather than a competition, Griner moved into her hard, and Clark's body collapsed to the ground. The arena fell silent, and Griner left without calling anything. Cameras captured Caitlin clutching her hip and flinching in agony, while a blatant Fever player screamed from the bench. There was immediate fallout within minutes. Of WNBA officials exited their booth after Clark's agent called, and security footage was immediately examined. Then, the breaking news players remained silent as the league began an official investigation into Brittney Griner's interaction with Caitlin Clark. However, this wasn't basketball. It was retaliation. Why did the story go viral? Internet detectives began by looking into the resurfacing of previous comments and their UGL. Investigation. They retrieved past tweets and interviews in which Griner dismissed media inquiries about Clark's posts, expressing her preference for subtly disparaging memes regarding one comment from 2 weeks ago about the Caitlin media circus is now used everywhere I've been in this league. I've been through hell. Yikes. You felt the shove was terrible, and you believed that silence spoke louder than words. Let's see how she responds to some actual defense. Embrace yourself, because what bent closed doors leaks in real time, according to Caitlin Clark, completely upended the story. The Fever locker room following the incident, just reporters were barred from the Fever dressing room shortly after. Griner's collision put Caitlyn down to the ground. What transpired inside a widely shared audio leak exposed all Caitlyn's voice can be heard clearly in the shaky, low-quality recording of the leaked audio. "I knew they were coming for me, but I didn't think another player adds, 'You're good. We can say something, we got you. It's this violent, you're a man, Brittney Griner.' Steady says no, let them show who they really are. I'm not scared, I'll just make them regret it on the court." An elder voice, probably a seasoned colleague, breaks the silence in the room by saying, "This league eats its young." Fever crew attempted to silence her. A purported internal document, purportedly from a senior executive cautioning players against publicly intensifying the issue, has now been released. "We are aware of the incident and working with the league," it was reported. Please do not share personal opinions on social media. The twist is that Caitlyn breaks her silence 3 hours later, with the WNBA trending at the time, even though they asked her to remain silent. Caitlin Clark, the #1 person in the world, posted a message on X, formerly Twitter, with a 15-second video and no commentary or tags. The video ended with a black dot, and the internet exploded as the player stared into the camera. Respect is difficult to achieve, but violence is never the solution. Some WNBA players instantly reposted Caitlyn's statement with emoticons, but others believe she's the Rookie of the Year. Reactions were mixed and risky. Caitlin Clark, who is ranked 4th in the league for MVP, is an incredible figure. She is the Michael Jordan of her generation. Girls have been Caitlin Clark is the needle mover, and Caitlin Clark, a rising star in women's basketball, drawing insane viewership figures. She was immediately unfollowed. Screenshots that are currently making the rounds reveal that at least 3 seasoned players have deleted Caitlyn from their list of followers. This is a digital slap in the face. Then followed the sharpest statement yet from a Western player source. She wants to be the league's face. She should prepare for the consequences. Late that evening, Brittney Griner's representative made a statement. According to the written statement, Brittney always respects Caitlyn's game, but she won't say she's sorry for playing hard basketball. The WNBA has always been a difficult league, so perhaps the league is now the issue, has altered more than we initially anticipated. Fans were split on the issue. Some characterized it as daring, while others described it as chilly. One response sums it up best: "That wasn't an apology. That was Amic Feeds." League officials are now gathering court microphone audio baselines because to mounting pressure after WNBA investigators stole game film. According to an unidentified league source, surveillance footage and edited ESPN coverage referee contacts show that they're handling this as a disciplinary case rather than merely a flagrant review. And if it is established that Griner had intent, he might be suspended or subject to more severe team-level sanctions. The supporters are furious and taking sides. Protect Caitlyn is trending on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and other platforms. #ThisBahash, she requested it, and it's trending too. One remark on ESPN's story went viral, and if it was LeBron being decked by a vet, he would have been suspended for at least 5 games. The first twist that alters EVRY is that she is attacked, and you all remain silent while her league looks funny. The division is genuine, okay? And it's becoming more ugly by the hour. When supporters believed they had Caitlyn's back, a leaked text thread purportedly from a college teammate reveals that Caitlyn knew when she contacted BG during warm-ups. "I told her to relax." This one line caused the fan base to split once again. Did Caitlyn cause then nobody knows but everyone is watching? Was the attack captured on stage for cameras? Or is this just further evidence that someone are attempting to bring her down? Because the WNBA's internal probe was just leaked, you should reconsider your assumption that things couldn't get much more explosive. The person that was running down the court, Brittney Griner, is my role model and someone I truly admire. Why do you like her? Because she's such a great person and has a lot of aura. Caitlin is really brilliant at basketball. Like confidential report Expacita leaked. PDF with the league seal and the label internal use only that was captioned WNBA disciplinary review. Clark Greer incident has appeared online. This report describes an unsettling series of occurrences that were not seen in the broadcast film. Discloses that Greer was heard on hot mic saying, "Let's see if she gets up from this one." At 213 into the second quarter, Griner is seen leaning in before the blow, not in a defensive position, but with her shoulder loaded, according to courtside video footage. The words excessive and the report contains 3 instances of intentional contact. And the most damning of these seems to be retaliatory in nature and unrelated to gameplay. Mechanics translation, according to them. She intended to strike Caitlin. The league is currently deciding on its options. That source lists 3 one-game ban plus a fine, 3-game suspensions with a public warning. And one is being taken seriously, according to an insider. The final one would be historic. No WNBA star of Greer's caliber has ever experienced such a severe punishment. Indefinite suspension pending conduct review after Greer's team reacts. Therefore, Griner's agent went uncontested and detonated a bomb. This isn't about the hit. It's about safeguarding their new golden girl. It would be considered a hate crime if Caitlin Clark stumbled over her own shoelaces. The snide remark backfired badly, became well known, and instead of laughing, some were upset. Players started taking sides. Schwab Las Vegas Aces star A. Wilson wrote, "We protect each other, but we also point out issues." "I didn't think that was basketball," Angel Reese said, reposting Caitlin's statement with the solidarity symbol, while other players remained eerily silent. A WNBA fan account's tweet summed up the situation. No retweets. No remarks said that she's a Baylor graduate. Half the league is afraid to talk. And the other half is waiting to see which way the wind grinder goes. That was the lip-reading wind. Blows. And she was a trash ex-profane white girl. The media goes into meltdown mode, and sports shows are in full swing. Stephen A. Smith, if this had been overturned? The league is defending Caitlin. If she had leveled BG, they would have already suspended and located her. Let's not play dumb, skip this. Pundits disagree, but the commotion is only making the NBA sweat more. She buys tickets and moves ratings. That doesn't mean she's untouchable. Evan Durant broke the silence by reposting Caitlin's video with the single word, disrespect. And it shocks everything. In less than 3 hours, it alone received 20 million views. Kane Jammerant then tweeted, "The league must protect all of its players." The Women's League WNBA ratings are up, but split. And fans are now demanding an NBA-WNBA crossover hearing to address violence and favoritism in the game. Ironically, this mayhem is garnering a lot of attention. The Greer-Clark game broke records. In terms of ratings and views, ESPN claims that this incident is the most searched-for WNBA moment in a decade. But is this a moment of fame or not? The blockbuster clip has received over 180 me. Difficult. We've already lost the last twist in this section. A. If discord and violence are what the WNBA needs to go viral, just when things were getting out of control. A whistleblower showed up. A WNBA employee posing as a member of the league's player relations department leaked a message. There was a tension log prior to the game. And some players believe Caitlin inherited her seat rather than earning it. The message concluded with salute. This isn't simply drama anymore. It's a fight going on behind the scenes. The next part of the investigation is about damage control, not justice. Fans are at war. The league is on fire. And the entire internet and locker room are on the verge of blowing up. Now, the industry itself is being drawn into the sponsors are in a panic. And the WNBA is comfortable with one of its players saying things like "white girl on the bench" while being filmed on television. The league would obviously not be cool. with a white player yelling at a black female sitting on the bench, but I suppose they are, when a white female is captured on video. TV networks are making emergency calls, which would result in an immediate suspension. If not a career ending, celebrities have taken sides in this cultural explosion that goes beyond a basketball dispute. #justice on social media under every WNBA post for Caitlin is trending globally. Fans are writing, "If you protect Griner, you mute the future." This isn't playing physically, is bullying. There is no support or discipline. 6 fan videos that have gone viral. Slow motion video of the blockbuster is broken down in 3 million views in 12 hours with the comment, "You be the judge, was it an ambush or this basketball?" Griner supporters, meanwhile, created their own hashtag let them play. With remarks like Caitlin came for the crown and is now accusing Griner of being unjust. This is just media prejudice. The comment war is cruel and dividing supporters. LeBron James uploaded a clip of the hit with the remark, "We protect rookies in the way that celebrities and athletes do. NBA just letting you know." Megan Rapinoe tweeted, "They would label it hazing if a male rookie was laid out like that. But when it's a wake-up Shaq on woman, they call it toughness. That wasn't basketball. It was personal. Ought to have been benched right away." However, not everyone concurs. According to Kendrick Perkins, Clark has been entering with millions of people behind her and cameras for protection. That energy has a cost. Gatorade, one of Caitlin Clark's biggest supporters, and an IDG sponsor, is allegedly examining the matter. A leaked email from their public relations department stated, "We are rightly observing the league's reaction. Our collaboration is based on the principles of protection and justice." Translation in the meantime, Google is not a major, and it is entirely plausible that _white girl was around if the league doesn't take anything due of Caitlin Clark's prominence and influence on the league as a whole. A WNBA sponsor canceled a planned commercial campaign that included Griner and Clark. "We must reconsider our brand messaging in light of the way WNBA players communicate and the mysterious posts made by some players." Others responded to the situation with full-fledged criticism, with Chelsea Gray writing, "If the court ain't for some people are bringing heat they can't handle, but drama is for the game." Asia Wilson was asked if she supported a simply stated that if it acts and speaks like a tyrant, it would be a media frenzy and every major station will cover it. CNN's Clark-Griner clash puts the incident that might define the WNBA's new era. Barstool Sports ran the spotlight on league ethics. Is Caitlin Clark too soft for the WNBA? Fans claim that this is the WNBA's make-or-break moment after the most vicious headline, Griner bodies attacked the Golden Girl. And now the league is cracking. One viral, "This isn't simply a play. It's a symbol of the old guard versus the new, power versus popularity. If the league decides to be silent, it picks irrelevance if they shield Griner for public relations." Another comment that gains traction: "If they defend Clark, they will lose him. They lose the allegiance of the original in any case. The war has been we have repeatedly mistreated you." Videos that are simply being elbowed smashed incoming areas where they tow her. Simply mistreated her. And there is undoubtedly a racial component too.